This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
Touch it, it falls. There you go. Good job.
Oh my
Nice and close.
Oh my god.
Here.
Chris.
It's like how when you're little and you go to see the Santa at the mall, y'all think all look the same even though they're all different. The one I went to was the actual Santa, so.
Anyways,
And Justin.
Whether it be better equipment, whether it be merchandise, whether it be
a gold hat for myself.
a gold hat for Justin.
The episode starts now.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia, where we revisit everyone's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to the mid-2000s.
Yes, we do. We do that sometimes. We do that today.
Sometimes, you know.
So I didn't wear my last nostalgia shirt, but I do have my mug again. So if you want to see the mug.
What's
and someone asked what was in it.
Is whiskey in there?
It's beer.
Of course it is.
It's late, so I'm not going to drink anything else, but that. Gosh, I'm old. Okay, how y'all doing? How's y'all's week?
Good.
Justin, how's your... We saw each other this week. That was pretty cool. It was the first time I think we had had a guys' night since COVID, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been. We had fun.
I really enjoyed seeing you guys. It was great.
It was really nice. All right. Nostalgia news. Do we have any? I don't really have anything. Loki's still fantastic. If you're not watching, watch it.
That was nuts.
Oh, Clifford. Clifford,
I was about to
Big Red
say,
Dog.
I saw like a bunch of ads for I don't know if you guys know Clifford, but Clifford used to, when we were little, Clifford the Big Red Dog used to be just a book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like a PBS show.
Yeah, I think it was a cartoon at some point.
Yeah. But I used to love Clifford's books.
Yeah.
I really liked them a lot.
Yep.
I don't know if I'm going to go see this movie.
My sister sent me an article, and it says, the live-action Clifford the Big Red Dog trailer is scaring people. So I don't think it's getting the best reviews right now. I haven't read the article, but...
That shade of red looks like it was a dog just, covered in blood.
Kind of does, yeah.
And doesn't Clifford talk like in his head to other dogs? Like he's not just a big dog; he's a magical dog.
I don't think he did that in the books when we were little. I don't think he talked
the
to
show
the
he
other
did.
dogs. I think in the show he did.
Look,
Wasn't
here's all I'm
like
gonna
that.
say: the only funny part of that trailer was him getting those guys in the gravity
That's what I was gonna
balls.
say.
That was pretty fun.
That was the funniest part. Yeah. I'm guessing that was the best part of the
When
movie.
he ate the dog, it scared me a little bit. So I get what that article is saying.
Yeah, exactly.
If one of my dogs ate the other dog and spit it out, I'm like, I gotta get a new dog. I'm like, I can't have this.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't think anything else really happened. Crazy.
If Clifford was real, could you guys keep it?
I'm pretty sure he'd take over the world. He would just stomp on everybody and kill people, and
The government would
tranquilize
train
him
him to be just a killer.
It's a
killer
dinosaur.
dog.
That's basically what it is. It'd be like if it was a dinosaur running around. Just this huge thing. You
It's
versus
true.
tranquilize to kill. Yeah.
It's true.
Yep.
Maybe maybe Clifford will cross over with Godzilla and King Kong.
Get it going the kaiju universe.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. Let's do
That'd
it.
be great.
Yeah, it would be.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't really have any nostalgia news other than
Yeah, it's a pretty slow
Clifford.
week. All right. All right,
So, let's just get
start with
into
this
what
week.
we watched this week.
Yes. Go ahead, John.
We watched Guts.
Do you have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? From Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida, welcome to Guts.
We are now halfway through our Nickelodeon trilogy of game shows, and this is our second one of Guts.
Yeah, theme song's cool. I like the theme song.
It was a good theme song. John, we kind of forced you into this one. This wasn't.
You did. I've never seen this before. I I mean, I have seen this before.
He watched all
You
these
guys
crappy
have-
Disney shows instead of the good stuff.
Chippendale instead of Guts. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I love Chippendale, man. No, I've never seen this before. I've never seen any of the trilogies that we're doing, so I don't know why we're doing it. Because
I'm really
I've never seen it
excited to
before,
hear-
but they just kind of forced me into this trilogy, and they're like, "Hey, you have this," and I'm like, "All right, cool. I have guts.
You'll get the points you
I
deserve.
have guts.
I'm really excited though, John, to hear your comparison between this and Hidden Temple and what we were going to watch next week. So I'm really interested to hear your analysis of this.
Okay.
Yeah, so Justin and I watched this a lot. The Gas Network that was on Nickelodeon, where they only played these game shows the entire time. Incredible network. I'm sad they got rid of it. So I think me and you watched this a lot, but John has never seen it.
This is on Paramount Plus.
Yep.
If
Get a
you
free
guys,
month.
if you guys want to go watch it.
Did y'all get charged? I signed up for the free month,
Not
and I got
yet.
charged a week later. What was up with that? Did you something wrong?
Probably.
No, I haven't gotten charged yet.
Okay, well, whatever. I have it. So John, you kind of got the scores. So why don't you say what we're going to be scoring this week?
Yes. So the point system changed a little bit because we can't do plot or like main characters or anything like that when it comes to these game shows. So I have the design of the show. I have the hosts, which is there's two hosts, kind of.
Yeah. Kind of.
You have the kids,
Yep.
like the contestants. You have the actual games. Then you have the last game. You have the prizes that they give out at the very end, and then my mystery.
Very excited with the mystery.
I'm not. I really don't care.
Is it Mo's attraction level?
It's not.
That's a 5.
It's the accent.
It's the accent.
Okay.
All right.
So, the design of the show. What did
Okay.
you guys think of? So,
Oh.
I kind of broke this like category up in a little bit differently. So, it's like the design of like the tracks and the different things, and the way that they do the point system.
Okay. I like
So, I think it's cool that if you win the last game, you still can't win the game.
Yeah, I do like that. It's a little bit of both, right? Like if you're so far behind, you can't win the last game, but if you're close, you can win the last game, even if you're like 200 or 300 off. You know,
Everything
And
matters.
we've had someone that came from third to first.
Yeah, it was
And
awesome.
that
to
way,
see.
I mean, that's cool.
It all matters.
Like I
So
enjoy that.
as long as
aspect
you
of it.
stay within striking distance, you have a chance. So
Yep.
if you suck,
So-
you're gonna suck.
If you haven't seen this, it's like a bunch of like kind of sports obstacle course types games. And then the last one, you climb this huge mountain to the top, and the first person at the top wins.
What's it called?
The Kraken,
No,
right?
the aggro crag.
The
Yeah,
aggro.
crap.
And there's like smoke and thunder and lightning and
We'll talk.
And a bit-
We'll talk about the last
Yeah, yeah,
game.
yeah. I'm
we'll talk
excited
about
to
the
talk
last
about
game, but I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that like each game you get a certain amount of points if you win it. There's only 3 contestants that
Yeah.
are every single time.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that they went like. Because for the first, 3 that we watched the first 5 episodes. The first
Yep.
3 we watched, it was boy, boy, girl. And the girl got last place every single time.
she got trashed.
Like, not by, a little bit, by a lot.
She lost every single game.
But
It was
that's,
bad.
and I was like, this can't be it. Like, this
Yeah.
can't be the boy, boy, girl, boy, boy. And
Yep.
they can't keep doing this. But then the next couple episodes, they did girl, girl, boy, girl, girl, boy. And the girls,
The girls
dominated those
Absolutely,
games, too.
yeah. Yeah,
So
I agree.
I'm
I was
glad
like,
that
oh,
they
this
did
is-
that.
I was like, you have these guys who have going through puberty, who are just growing and pumping with testosterone. They're gonna kill these girls, and they did mostly.
But it was funny because I was one of the ones that we were watching. They were going through one of the obstacle courses, and the
Yeah.
dude breezed through it.
Oh, you had the first 2 go, and they were taking so long, and then there was a tightrope spot, right, where he
Yeah.
hold on and they were going really
He,
slow,
like-
and he went in there and just jolted across it.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was not messing
He
around.
ran across that thing like it was
He probably had
it
the
was like a
perfect-
track.
Yeah, he had probably the perfect round on that thing, the obstacle course, and then he went oh man, it's perfect.
He's
He's got to beat a time of 43 seconds. He's got to get it in under 43. Bang! This guy is flying! He's making serious time! Get the Guinness Book on the phone, people! I think they should be called. This could be a world record! Up the wall climb! Bang! In serious time! He's taking it away!
I wanted to see if like anyone came close to him. He had like 28.6 seconds.
Yeah.
The way that they do all the games is they time the kids through all the games. So you have the first couple rounds, and then whoever has the best time, whoever has the best score wins that round. They get like 300 points, and then 200 and 100.
Yeah.
Like second and third get. But on one of the obstacle courses, like the dude got like 28 like seconds. Like,
and everybody else got like
flat.
45 or 30.
Yeah, the other guys got like 45 and like 35.
I don't think anybody else touched it. Like the entire.
No, the whole entire
There
time
was
we were
there was
watching
one game where there was one obstacle course where they were like 0.4 by each other. It was really close though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
I think John was up already
that was
asleep
the
at
fourth-
that point when we
the-
watched it together.
the fourth show was the most intense
Yeah.
when it came to like who was gonna win,
Yeah.
because everyone was super close to each other. There was like, it was like the one person got 1,100 points, one person got like 1,300 points, and then the winner got like 1,400 points.
Most of the time, there was a clear first place winner who won majority of the games, second place winner who won the middle, and then third place who like was terrible. But there was a couple that we watched were like nail biters. Like you didn't know who was going to win it until the end.
Which was cool,
We're doing
because
premise and points and themes
Because
and
the
stuff.
other games that we watched, like the other game that we watched, the other game show,
Yeah.
it was like there wasn't really like any real big competition. You're like you weren't like rooting for someone. This kind of felt like you could root for like a kid.
Yeah, you committed
throughout
from the
the game
beginning
show.
on who you want to win. All right. So we'll do premise and theme, right?
Yeah,
And
like
points.
so the design of the track, which I thought was they were pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
And like that kind of audio, it was almost like an Olympic type of like feel to it, where you had like all the audience like on the outside, and then it was like a little dome with all the special like games that they had in it.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if the temple game was set up that way. It didn't seem like it because they never showed really the audience and like the feel of the audience and like them cheering them on.
Yeah.
The host just kind of outweighed all the sounds of like everything. So, but not in this game. You heard everything.
Yep.
So, what do you guys think?
I think this was very fitting for the time. Like it's kind of like a Tony Hawk type extreme sports. They talked a lot in the show about how this is not something normal kids can do, shooting those arrows or whatever. Because some of it did look kind of easy. You know what I mean? But they kept trying to tell you like this is not easy. I like the feel of it. I think it was pretty cool. I'll give you a 4. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
I wish they had more variety in the first 5 episodes, but because
Yeah.
I think they were all the same games. But we got some more later on. I watched one from the 3rd season just to see if it changed. It's all the same premise. You have the one with the bungee jump, and then you have like the soccer one. So they're all kind of the same premise, but they change up the way they score a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Justin. What'd you think?
Yeah, I like the design of the game. It's fair. Everybody's got a chance if you stay in the game. I think it's a solid 4. Like it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's a solid 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
What would you give it,
I
Jeff?
voted a 4 too.
Yeah.
No, I really like the point system. I really like that. Even if you win the last game, you can't like it doesn't automatically say that you win it.
Yeah.
And I feel like most games, like if they did it, they set it up like that, like none of the other games would be
Right.
Like, it would be pointless.
Yeah.
I do wish that they could have like when it comes to the winners, they would have gave them like a special thing to kind of give them up in the games.
Yeah.
Like if you won the first game, like you get something special in the next game. It's gonna help you win easier.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I will say this. I have a couple of fun facts for this. I mean the fun facts.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't look up
yeah.
any fun facts for this. My bad.
Well, for this round, I'll say that they average about 3 episodes per day. So they usually did, which makes sense. I think that you can do a little bit more on Hidden Temple because you can have them do the exact same thing. There's not a lot of bungee strapping and stuff, but on this one, I think they had to do a lot more coordination and moving.
There's
to
a
kinda
lot.
make it.
There was a lot of safety stuff that they had to do.
Yeah,
Dude,
a lot
some
of people
kids
were.
look like they got hurt, like playing these games.
And you had a lot of people like on the tightrope that were just like holding their hands up at the bottom, waiting for him. It's like, is that gonna help? Really? But yeah, So that's a little fun fact there. We had a couple more, but that's the first one.
Okay. So, all right, cool. I got 4s. All right.
pretty
So the host. So you have
Yeah,
is Mike
and Mo.
Mike and Mo. I don't. Do you get? I guess you guys think Mo's like super hot.
No, I
Yes.
was mostly kidding.
I guess.
I
don't
really
know.
haven't thought about it either way.
Mike became like an actor later on.
Yeah,
Like
he's
I've
been
seen him
stuff.
in movies and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
The host. I thought he did like a really good job. He messed up a couple times and Mo messed up a couple times and he would have to correct himself. I liked it was like they were shooting baskets on one of the games. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, he made that too." But it only equals 1. It was like okay.
yeah. I thought he was a little annoying, to be honest with you, just because I felt like he was a little bit like he was like trying to be like, "This is so extreme. We're so
The
extreme."
later season ones I watched, he definitely finds a sweet spot.
Okay,
You know,
that's good.
I think
Yeah,
because I watched later seasons and stuff, so he's definitely overcompensating a little bit. But at the same time, I think it's really cool that he's like really into it. You know,
he does seem into it.
once
for sure.
again, all
I
these
liked him.
Nickelodeon hosts are really like encouraging, and it's always positive. And I think Mo's has a kind of a cool like role in this. There's 2 of them. Like she makes sure everything is like, you know, on. You got the rules. She gives you the official results, all that stuff, and they don't take out
Yeah.
mistakes. They just roll. Like they go.
Yeah.
It's like a real competition. Like it's live. Oh no, sorry, I made a
Yeah.
mistake there. Oh, it was actually in 3rd place, not 2nd place.
Yeah.
Like it makes it feel a little bit more natural instead of just
Yeah,
a pre-taped. We're gonna get the perfect shot because it feels like they just all right. You messed up, whatever. We're just gonna keep moving
Yeah,
on.
keep going. Yeah,
I like that.
It was
part of
funny.
it.
There was another one of the games where he's like, "Oh, 3rd place took 1st place," and then he was like, "No, they got 2nd." But it was like, it was funny. It reminded
Yeah.
me of the dynamic of you guys remember Dodgeball and the Judges, where you had like the crazy dude.
Yeah.
And then,
It's a
And
bold
then-
strategy,
and then-
Colin. Let's see if it works out for him.
that's what it reminded me of.
I'm gonna
You
go
should
get that
put
in.
some
That's-
clips of
I'm
the
going to.
Dodgeball.
forfeiting the championship match.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
That's one of my
Dodgeball
favorite.
Judges.
That is a 04 movie. I think we're gonna need to watch that for the podcast. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
That's an easy 5 out of 5, though. That's not very fair.
We'll watch it as a joint thing then. I guess for all of us, good points. Honestly though, dude, I didn't like them that much because they're no Kirk Fogg. I think Kirk Fogg
See,
is
I
the
didn't
standard.
I didn't like the last dude.
I know you
I thought
didn't.
he was super.
Kirk Fogg
annoying.
is
I like
one of the
this
goats
dude.
of kids.
No, he's a goat. Yeah,
No,
he like
was
kind of
so
laughs.
annoying.
He thinks it's kind of funny. Like this guy was like, "This is so extreme." These 13-year-olds. I'm gonna give you a 3. I thought it was kind of average.
Yeah, it's
personally.
it's average. It's
He's like
3.
he's like pumping up the crowd and everything.
Yeah,
That's not
I get it.
that. It's not really that. It's just more
It's
of.
not bad.
It's just more of it's a little bit annoying, but you kind of like it as it goes on. Like you say, he gets better. Since we're only judging on
Yep.
5 episodes, it does
Yeah.
he does get better. You know, these are the first episodes they taped, so eventually you start really liking it, and it's really good. But it's average. Like they're not bad at all.
So, just so you know, because we're doing a game show, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Legends and Guts is both at 7 points so far. So we are neck and neck. We'll keep a competition going.
So the host, like,
Yeah.
I did find it annoying when Mike they would be a replay, and it's
Yeah.
like him seeing the replay for the first time, so he's trying to figure out
Probably,
like, what
I
to
think
say
that's
about it.
probably
That's like
the thing.
super
That's probably
extreme,
what's happening.
but it's like not, huh?
That's probably what's happening though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's like seeing the replay for the first time, and he's like trying to figure out like what to say about it that's like really extreme, but there's not something that's really extreme that's going on. So he just like says something random.
I mean, if you take into account, he does a pretty good job.
I think he did a great
everything is
job.
live, but it's still average. I mean,
the most annoying part to me was the recap of how everybody got there. It's like, yeah, we watched it, and it wasn't new camera angles. It was the camera angles that I think we saw.
That also gets shorter and better as the seasons go on.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
that's good.
They fix the things we're talking about. They do fix, and it gets a lot better.
Okay.
And the games get better too.
My favorite was just the commentary of like the soccer.
Yeah.
Because he was like, even though he missed that one over there, he got the block over here.
And you see so many they miss. So many go past
100%.
All right. What's the next one?
I would give it a 4. I liked it a lot.
Okay.
The next one is the kids.
Okay.
So this has to do with like how they did in the competitions, what they said in their like little mini interviews. And what they had the host say about themselves.
Now, from what I know,
I have a couple.
They just gave them those nicknames. Like it's not like.
So I was going to tell you, I have 2 fun facts for this round. It is the contestants were made up. The nicknames were made up by the producers, so they pretty much took their name and just made up stuff, right?
Yeah.
AJ McLean from the Backstreet Boys, before he was in the Backstreet Boys, was on this show as a contestant.
Really?
Isn't that weird to think about?
Did he win?
That is really weird to think about.
He's the one. I don't know if he won. He's the one that later got into drugs, and then they broke up the Backstreet Boys because of him being on drugs. So
it
all started with this show.
That's right. But you know what?
Mike was like backstage offering him some drugs. You want some cocaine?
Hey, AJ,
you know
the druggy McLean.
Y'all wondered why I act crazy on the show. Y'all wondered that. This is why.
Just picture Mike like in the background, just sort. All right, here we go.
So are we judging like their nicknames and stuff and the backgrounds and all that?
No, we're not judging. We're not judging the names, but we're judging how they did in the competitions.
Okay. Where's the names go? Because you got Tony the Tiger at some point.
I think the
Okay, you can put the names with the kids then. You can put the names with the kids.
And now, today's fearless players, wearing the blazing blue from Southwest Middle School, Nervy, Nikki, Heitner! In the rockin' red from St. Andrews Middle School, Tony, the Tiger Ferrari! And in the powerful purple from Edgewater High School, Robert the Bull Mantoro!
I think they did a really good job of finding, for the most part, kids who would do pretty well.
Except for those girls, those first 3 episodes.
Here's the thing.
They're just happy to be there.
Here's the thing I think we always have to think about as well, especially because they're like 11 through like 14. You know,
right. Yeah.
I know it's just a game there, but that's a lot of pressure when you have all those people cheering and like you have all this stuff going on. So I really don't blame some of them for doing badly. Yeah. Some of it is just like, come on, dude, you gotta figure this out.
And especially because this is very. This isn't something you can really practice. I mean, it's something that you just got to do.
They do trial runs. I do know
did
that.
They?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The obstacle course, I think, is definitely one that if you're the very first to go on it during the day, that sucks. But you kind of strategize a little bit. But I think overall, especially when they do the bungee cord stuff, like I don't blame them for messing up half the time. I think the contestants did as well as they could, especially on the final one, the aggro crag. Yeah. I'd give it a 4. I loved watching them compete. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I thought it was cool because I'm pretty sure the most athletic person we saw was that first guy, the guy who like ran through the obstacle course.
Yeah,
but he had the most trouble with the bow and arrow, and so I thought it was kind of cool that the most athletic person could not figure out the bow and arrow, which I think is cool. They did a variety where he couldn't do it. So I'd probably get a 4 also. I thought they were pretty.
The moon shoe thing was pretty funny too.
There was always
there was the girl tumbling to get her
and the freaking bikes.
Yeah,
the bikes were cool.
The bikes were
I feel like every single episode we watched with the bikes, the kids like crashed, and one of them looked like they got hurt, like pretty bad. It was like, oh.
But I don't really judge their like actual results too much. I don't really take that into account too much because once again, it's probably a long filming day. They're probably sitting around a lot, So I think it's pretty tough, but it's a 4.
I feel like the kids should have had just a little bit more personality on their interviews.
Yeah, the interviews.
I think that's probably a fault of the show for a little bit.
I play football.
The later interviews get a little better. They let them talk a little more about themselves.
Yeah.
I think these first episodes, they didn't really know what to do with the segment at first.
Yeah.
But
I did like the personality they showed after they would win, and they kind of get like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
Like they're kind of pumped up and stuff. That was pretty cool.
But it was just like, how did you feel about winning?
Yeah, it was good.
The moon shoes, and they're like, good.
Yeah, they stopped those interviews after a while. I think they kind of realized that it's not really good. Like it's just not good TV,
Yeah.
So, I just went as fast as I could. All right, back to you, Mo.
Yeah. How did you win?
Yeah, I just jumped a lot. Cool.
Let's go to the leaderboard, Mo. What do you give it, Chris?
Exactly. I said 4 also.
I give it a 2. I didn't like.
Okay.
I didn't like the. I wish the kids just had more personality.
Yeah.
That's pretty mean. Man,
there
you
was
kids are
one
boring.
Kid, there was one kid that I was like, I wish I would have saw more of this. He won the moon shoes competition, and he was like,
exactly, number 1.
I think, and also,
I was like, oh, I like to see that. Like, I want to see more of that.
I think also though, just like any of the other game shows, they kind of like tell them, hey, we want you to win, we want you to have fun, but I think they kind of like make that kind of thing. Let's just calm it down a little bit, like because they're always pretty cool to each other usually, even when they win and stuff. So I think they're trying to show that hey, we don't want a lot of that.
I would
have really liked a kid to just like look down at someone, just
start throw the double bird in behind him,
push him down, just stand
number
like,
1,
stand over him and just like
tear his shirt like Hulk Hogan.
We weren't on camera when we were 13 or 14, but we knew each other when we were 13 and 14. I think we had better personalities than these kids, personally.
I was to see, like I would have done a lot if I was on the show.
I don't know. I think a lot of that has to do with stage fright and being in front of a bunch of people.
And winded. They'd run up to these kids to talk to them like while they're just finished a race. Like, yes, I did good. All right.
What's next?
And so the actual games.
Okay.
So you have the bungee games, and there's 2 forms of the bungee game. There's the archery, the bow and arrow,
it looks
and
pretty
the
hard.
Slam dunk.
Also looks tough.
With the host is like, you don't have to slam dunk, even though that's the name of the game.
Right.
And then you have the track, which is the moon shoes and the bike.
Yep.
You have the next
course.
one, which is a little bit different. You have the obstacle course. You have the soccer, and you have the pool.
Yeah.
Where they had to like be on the kind of boogie board, and they had to pull themselves across and give high five, and then pull themselves back.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'm leaving anything out. I think those are all the games.
Well, was the soccer and pool at the same time, and the obstacle course is separate? I thought there was 5 games. Maybe not. Each round.
There was only 3
There's only 4.
rounds. There's only 3. No.
There's 4 total, including
No,
the
there's
aggro
4.
crack.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. So they were okay. Sorry. Then
every single one of them we watched, they had the obstacle course.
it was a good variety. I mean, I would like to see different. I will say, and this isn't a category, but I think it's worth mentioning. The adults that were like helping were pretty awesome. Like they were really into it. They were jumping up and down. They're like, "Yeah, go, man, go!" And they were really into it. I thought they paid them pretty good. I'm guessing because they did the good acting. I thought. So I think that was part of it because to me that's like, as you're watching these kids do these obstacles, you're also watching the adults that are like monitoring them.
Did you see the kid that almost like bumped his head on like the metal when he like jumped on the? He just got done with the obstacle course and he was like doing like weird stuff, and then he jumped on to like the last thing that you like finished the obstacle course, and he went back and came about this close to hitting like a metal pole.
Oh no, I don't think I saw that. I thought they were pretty good. I thought there's a good variety of what they were doing. Probably the most boring to me was the soccer, just because they were shooting so many balls at them.
I don't really understand that.
Yeah.
I like one of the kids. I like one of the kids' answers though. He was like, "So, how did you feel about the soccer?" He was like, "The cannon on the right was really fast."
The games get better, I think, as the seasons go on. As always, they come up with some cooler ones, like the dunking one. Like there's ones where they're on the bungee cords and they're dunking the basketball, or they're hitting baseballs and stuff. I like the ones that they have there. I think the lamest one, honestly, was kind of the obstacle course. I think that was kind of lame.
When you said dunking, I pictured them throwing the kids in water and dunking them and just keep bringing
I mean, some of those water games that they have later on, I mean, they're tough. Like, it's rough stuff. So they get more and more difficult as they go on. I would give the games a solid 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 too.
I think they're very creative.
Yeah, I do think that the water one and the soccer and the obstacle course was not nearly as good as the Legends games. So I'm gonna give you a 4.
Anything
also.
with the bungee, I was in for. I loved anything with the bungee. That was awesome.
The bungee. Yeah, the bungee. Honestly, I like the track meet. I think it's kind of a cool way to do it. It's like it's not just the fastest person. It is a track, but you have to like, it's something weird.
The moon shoes are pretty fun too. That's pretty creative.
I want to try out the moon shoes. I want to see how I can do against the moon shoes.
All right.
But yeah, I'll give you a 4.
I gave it a 4 too. I really liked all the games. The games they seemed really fun. They seemed really, really fun.
Yeah.
I see. You didn't like the water one. I really liked the water one. I would have liked to like do that.
The water ones are tough.
They said that it's 80 pounds. Like it's pushing 80 pounds.
Yeah, it's basically a
like
weight
each
pool.
jet. I was like, it's
rough.
Yeah.
Like there's some of them that there's a time limit to how long they can do it because it's just so rough on them.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I would have just loved it to be like having a kid like just stop and just take a breather.
Just coast.
I'm in first. I'm just gonna kind of blow this one out of the way and
exactly. I'll lose 200 points. I'm not doing this.
I'm gonna save my energy for the aggro crack.
Exactly.
All right. So the last game with the aggro crack.
Fucking aggro crack, the best final game in anything ever.
Pretty epic. Oh, it's awesome.
You think it's that epic?
We didn't see the good stuff. We didn't see like the slime coming down. All we saw was like the snowflakes.
No, it was glitter. It was
strobes
and strobe lights and foam rocks.
But now think about you actually being on that with all the strobes, all the stuff coming down, the rocks, and then you had to hit the actuators at the same time.
Just reminds me of laser tag.
That's
what
tough.
it reminds me of. It reminds me of going through like a laser tag maze.
Apparently, at some point in this show, kids got disqualified because they went into other people's areas.
Yeah,
they say you're not allowed to.
They say that,
and apparently kids like actually did. And I get it. How would you know? Like the color's a little different, but how would you really know? I think I would just go over there, but like not knowing what I'm doing, and then.
It looked like the only thing that distinguishes between the different ones was the lighting on that specific like. Yeah. I don't think the color was any different. It looked like the lighting was just a little bit different.
Yeah, I agree.
There was an obvious set path that you took. So I think it'd be really hard. Yeah. I honestly think you have to really mess up.
Otherwise,
to get off the path.
if it was obvious, why did people get disqualified?
Well, because think about it. Once again, when you're actually up there, you have once again all that stuff scouring your vision, the rocks,
I'm blind.
The smoke. The
they didn't wear goggles too.
What?
They didn't wear goggles going up it.
They did. So
right?
that all gets stuck on your goggles.
It's foggy. Yeah,
I don't think it's as easy as you're saying, John. I really don't.
You guys say this is the best thing. It sounds like an awful
No, it's epic.
It's cool because it really does like test you. Like you got really be focused to win.
Our YouTube picture is gonna be.
I felt
the
like
curve.
all the other games, like some of them are a lot harder than the last.
I
game.
completely disagree.
I
like
think the problem
if you're
is
looking at this, it looks cool, but
Yeah.
really, is it that hard?
I'll say this: I think the camera work wasn't good on this game to show you how hard it was. I think they were trying too hard to like show everybody and also like zoom in on very specific points that it wasn't very good to show you how tough it was. Personally,
See, I don't see it as tough though. It didn't look tough to me.
I don't want to sway y'all's points,
No.
but let's play a game of how tall do you think it was? Because I have the actual answer here.
How tall it was?
Yeah.
25 feet.
I'd say about 30.
Justin. Okay. I would have said like 40 or 50. It's 28, so you're like right
Okay,
now.
yeah.
I would have said probably 30 or 40.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't seem that tall, and it didn't seem that tough.
Okay.
It looked cool.
yeah.
I'll give you that. It looked cool, but it didn't seem tough.
Okay. I mean, I will say there was like ramps showing you which way to go.
There was like the set path that you're talking about, which is it was just like a little ramps that like go up and you had to push a button and then you had to go on
Keep
there
going.
and push a button and then keep going. And then the hardest thing that it looked like is there was like 2 sections of mountain climbing.
Yeah, the very top you had
There
to
was
climb.
I don't know if y'all, I'm sure y'all haven't read this, but there was a Sports Illustrated article over Guts, and they interviewed the producers and some old like contestants, and
Nice.
I actually have it pulled up, and here's what
Okay.
some of them say about it.
I'm excited.
So they talk about how basically the contestants are saying it's murder, like it was really really rough.
It's murder.
Like, so they say like all the glitter and stuff was also wet and sticky, so it got all over you. And the people who worked on it, they would like find like pieces of it on them, like even like 2 weeks after the show at home. Like it was brutal.
Stuck everywhere.
It wasn't easy.
That sound. Oh my god, the glitter. That sounds so tough.
Once again, John, if you're wearing the goggles and it's obscuring your vision, and you got strobes, and you got smoke, and then you gotta be faster than the other kids, I think you're way underestimating this.
Okay, well, here's the
John, you are swaying my vote down.
Middle
and it's your
school.
show.
middle school kids got this within about 30 seconds.
Just because it did quick doesn't mean it's not hard.
I know I'm supposed to be persuading you to like, oh, this was super difficult, but I don't give a fuck because it's not mine.
I'm gonna
Not
give you a
really.
4. It is yours. You get the points for it. I give you a 4. I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool because they did say that it's completely identical on all 3 sides, which it doesn't look like it is, but I guess it was pretty cool.
It's a 5 for me. This is the best in-game ever.
This is a 2 for me. I think it was
Like
stupid.
and especially as they go on through the seasons, like the super aggro crag and things like that, it does get crazy.
The Mega Crag is apparently what it's called later.
It gets crazy.
Yeah.
See-
They definitely add on to it.
I wish they would add it on to it at the very beginning. I'm telling you, it looked cool, but it didn't seem hard.
Gotcha.
It just
I
didn't
would love
seem
to see 31-year-old you try it right now.
hard. I would have loved to.
I would love to see you in the heat of the moment get all
I
the
climb trees
actuators
every single day. I could have climbed this
in
thing.
30 seconds.
With goggles.
Yeah.
Hit everything you're supposed to in 30 seconds and get up there first.
I could have probably stepped over some of those things those kids would try.
I would bet $10,000 you wouldn't be first.
I think you would miss a checkpoint, personally. Oh, he has to go back. He has to find that checkpoint he missed.
Nah, I just gotta look at it. I just gotta look at it and say, all right, check. All right, cool.
Okay.
I'm got
All
it.
right. So
So-
we'll do it. Someday the 3 of us will build one in one of our yards. And
We
we'll
should.
do it.
It was 30. It was like you
We'll
said.
invite all the
28 feet
neighborhood
tall.
kids. We'll play the theme song Guts.
Exactly.
While they're
I
doing
found
it.
the other measurements, Chris. It was 75 feet wide, so it's 25 foot in each section, and 30 feet deep. So like
That's pretty epic.
deep
Yeah.
as in like that way. So that's pretty crazy how big that thing was.
You know what would have been cool is if they would have like stepped on a rock and then like went through like a
Trap door.
like a hole. They just
Oh,
like
he's gone.
disappeared.
What if they would have
I
had
would have loved that. Oh, I would have loved it so
Oh,
much more.
a mountain guardian got him.
They should have temple guards. Temple guards should have came out.
Like a yeti. Like a yeti gets you.
Yeah, Yeti guards.
See,
yeah.
I liked the temple better than this. 100%. I like the temple.
Fascinating.
Because the
Okay.
temple seemed challenging. Like there was a bunch of things that was a lot more challenging in the temple.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why you had 3 minutes. And that's why no one really got it.
What's next?
Every single kid got this on this show.
All right, what's next, John? It's prizes.
The prize at the very end. So you got your medals and then you got the...
As Justin said last week, one of the most epic things
The
every kid
thing
wanted was
I've
that.
always wanted. I would pay easily lots of money to have this thing.
I thought it looked
the
stupid.
glowing rock.
Yes.
I thought it looked stupid.
At what point did it run out of batteries? That's all I know.
I want one so bad.
And you want your named, what is it, sand carved into there?
I thought the gold medal was pretty cool too. I mean, like it fits for the show. I think,
Yeah.
pretty cool
I think
the
it's
gold
cool you
medal
didn't get
from
real.
Jets.
The prizes you got were medals, and you got a piece of the freaking crag.
Pretty
That's
cool.
awesome.
Piece of the crag.
It's not real peace, Justin.
It's a big ass
They pull it
trophy.
off each side. Yeah.
It's not like they just pulled it off of.
Think about how cool it would be if you knew somebody and they're like, "Hey, check this fucking shit out. Look what I won when I was a kid."
All right. So
On their pedestal.
I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to ruin your points, John. But I feel like the trivia is worth saying. I have a really bad bummer for you guys. They not get to keep the piece of crag.
No, that's incorrect. They did.
No, I read that the winner would have to give back the glowing piece of radical
No, that's
rock.
that's not correct. I promise you. The SI
Why would they say they're gonna carve their name in?
the SI article says they kept it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you getting this
Well,
from
then that's-
IDMB?
I did.
Yeah, that's probably why it's not right.
Okay.
I
Well,
promise
good.
you,
Okay.
they kept it.
I'm looking it up. Let's see if we can buy one on eBay right now.
No, last time I checked, it's really hard to get one.
You checked?
Remember,
Right.
I checked it Saturday night.
He's
Oh, did you?
he's checking. He's like, I wonder if a Justin won this like game.
No, they got
So
to
would have
keep
his
it.
name in it. What?
Yeah, they got to keep it. Like, and it's really rare for those to go up because I mean, hell, why would you sell it?
Why would you sell it? Right.
Justin, what would your nickname be on the show?
Justin the animal.
Jammin', I think Jammin' Justin.
Jammin' Justin.
I'd be the animal.
After every single one of them, he would just growl.
His picture would be like this. Alright. Alright.
I would like to see you in that soccer game, just like blocking all of them, just like.
It's good, Justin. Alright, well that takes my points. I think they actually get to keep it.
Was that your
That's
your
pretty...
soul crushing trivia fact?
Yeah, if you didn't get to keep it, that's really
No, they kept it. I promise
Okay.
you.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna give you a
Justin,
5,
what
man.
did you give it?
What? Oh, it's a 5.
Yeah,
Dude, I
it's
gave it a 1.
What?
Oh my
Stupid.
gosh!
It's not a piece of the actual thing that I just.
Of course,
went
it's not
on.
the piece
It's
of the
a
fucking
man,
mountain.
Okay, wouldn't you rather have this memorabilia than going on a resort trip that you get from a
Dude,
hidden
that
temple?
thing's worth more than anything
No, I'd rather
anything
go
they
on a resort
got.
Trip. I'd rather go on a resort trip.
No.
I'm telling
I
you,
can do it.
if
I
somebody
can do without
if somebody's
things. I like memories.
if somebody auctions off, like those big auctions, you know, they sell movies, those all that memorabilia. I feel like that thing would go for easily 10,000.
I would agree.
See,
I
okay,
think
so-
if it was like winning a Game Boy, it would not be the fact that there's so little of these. I think it's pretty
Even the
awesome.
medals will probably go for at least 1,000
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
So-
worth more than any shit you could have gotten.
No.
Yeah.
So this is what I would have rather had.
Well, here we
Because
go.
here's the thing. When it comes to the things like my trophies that I've won, I know this is a little bit different. But when it comes to the trophies that I've won when I was little, like I could give 2 craps about them. But when it comes to the vacations that I went with my family, like I always remember those vacations. They're
Fuck
great memories.
family. I want a piece of the aggro crag. I'm telling you,
That's-
John, if you won that aggro crag piece, you would not give a shit about those memories.
Can you imagine bringing a girl over and be like, "Hey,
I want
check it
fucking
out. It's a
guts.
piece of the aggro crack."
You want to watch my
When you were
episode?
in middle school, maybe. Like that would have been cool, or like maybe into high school, but not now. Hey,
I'm sorry.
hey,
No.
I don't.
it's like
it's
a
pretty-
shrine.
What a
that I
memory
have
it
in my
is.
room.
If I was
with
11,
crack.
when I was 11 to 14, I didn't give a shit about vacations I went on with my family. They took me to Disneyland, and I was mad about it. All right.
See, that's stupid.
I'd rather have
You wanna
gotten
go
a
Nickelodeon,
piece of
the
the
aggro
aggro
crag.
crag, and I still would do. I would trade all my vacations for a piece of the aggro crag.
Here's what I'll say,
would
just
not.
John. Only the fact of because, yeah, you get trophies when you're kids. You get trophies when you're in high school and stuff. But those are trophies that like they don't. It's not like something that only
150 people,
150 people have. Yeah, exactly. It is something that they can just go remake it. It's a very special thing that I think that is unique. And hell yeah, I'd rather have the Aggro Crag than any trip.
Nope. Disagree.
Especially when I'm like 12.
Disagree.
I went to Europe when I was 12. I don't remember a thing about it. I know I went. I don't remember anything
See?
about it.
See,
never
but
see Aggro Crag.
I had some cool trips when I was little. I felt like.
John's fucking lame.
All right.
That's
So
lame.
my last category. Yeah, I gave that a
Yeah.
1. I thought that was
That's
stupid.
that's
prize.
lame.
Wow.
How? Okay, so
Family.
like
Fuck that.
as of right now. So this is my final, like I guess, my category.
Is this
my
your
category.
mystery one?
How bad would you want to be on this show playing these games?
25, like 100.
If I could have gone to Universal when Nickelodeon Studios was there, easily a 5. Like
This
that's
is
a
the
5.
easiest 5 you're ever gonna get in your life, John. Seriously, I wanted to be on any of those shows when I was a kid. That would
Yeah.
be the coolest.
What would you
That
do?
would give me
like,
so much
what would
pussy
you do now?
if I could say I was on.
Would you do it now?
Oh
Like
yeah,
if they had like an adult
Heck
form of it.
yes.
yes.
Heck yeah. I would do it for sure. I am really surprised that Nickelodeon has not kept this going. Like, I get they have their own little sitcoms or
They
whatever.
tried to revive.
They
Guts.
even have game shows.
They've tried to revive Guts,
Yeah.
Double Dare. I mean, it's just not. I don't know. I think there's more to do nowadays. It's harder to get
Yeah.
people's attention like that. I think to have a good TV show, you really have to have a good idea. But remember, Guts only ran 3 seasons too.
I know.
All these revisits too ran a couple of seasons. So it wasn't like Guts was like on for 20 years. You only had to
I
make
felt
90
like-
episodes.
I felt like Nickelodeon was like a channel that was trying to, like, more so than Disney was trying to just be like, hey, kids, y'all have your own stuff going on. You're kind of adults also. You're kind of grown-ups. You're just as important as grown-ups. Like, with their shows and stuff, it's a little more mature, I felt like. And it's like the perfect embodiment of that. Like, these game shows that kids were in. And so it's like crazy to me that they didn't keep that going because I think they're still trying to, like, appease that crowd. So it's crazy to me they didn't keep this going. I don't know.
So
I'd probably
you're
still be
saying that
watching.
watching this show made you feel more of an adult.
Yeah, because like the other game
Because
shows you
could
saw was
see yourself.
adults.
You could see yourself in the.
I have a chance
Yeah.
to go on
Those kids
that.
are being-
There is a
There
slim
is no
chance I
way
get to do that.
Exactly. There's no other game shows where you saw kids competing. It was always adults.
Gotcha.
And we'll talk more about it next week because I think next week's like a good it's almost like Family Feud on steroids. We'll talk about it. So
Yeah, you guys rated this a lot higher than I did.
Yeah,
'Cause I
we
gave
did.
the kids
John,
a 2.
you have the
I
worst
gave the last
opinions when
game
it
a
comes to
2,
this.
and I gave the prize a 1.
I think we would have had very equal points between this and Hidden Temple if John wasn't rating because I think John rated Hidden Temple pretty
Here's
low.
what
compared
I
to this,
figured out
and
about
me and
John. John just doesn't like to have fun.
Dude,
That's
I
what
would
it
have
is.
loved to be on this show.
Yeah,
That's why
this
it would have.
this
I would have
your
loved
show.
it. It would have been
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
But he was like, "What?
Jumpin' John.
Aggro crag? Fuck that! I want a vacation. Where's my vacation?
Can I mix both of these games?
Can I get a yo-yo instead of this medal?"
Where's my box of nerds? We got Jumpin' John and Jammin' Justin and Classy Chris. Okay.
Chris?
Okay. Oh, I was trying to think of something there. Okay.
Clapping, Chris.
Clapping Chris. Yeah.
Because he's always on the
All right.
sidelines, clapping away.
Good. All right. You got a lot of points, John. You got 29. and a
I feel like
half,
very
which is-
undeserved from his point of view.
I
Very
agree.
undeserved.
You're
No,
very grateful.
You're the one that gave me it. You guys
We're
are the
cutting
one
it in
that
half.
gave me the show.
we're cutting in half because you're grateful about it.
I have never heard of anybody who would not want a piece of the aggro crag who's our age.
What?
We need a poll.
Okay.
Is John an idiot?
Hey,
yes or
listen,
no?
listen. No, because you guys, you didn't say that. You said, you compared it to the other one. Would I rather have a trip
It's
or
better.
would I rather have the aggro crag?
And I think
And
there
would
is a
much
much
rather have
there's
the
an easy
trip.
answer there, and it's a piece of the aggro crag.
Please message in and let us know what you rather have.
Okay, so
a
hey,
trip or an
listen.
aggro
You
crag.
would rather, right now, in your life right now, you would rather have, like, if someone just gave you the piece of the aggro
Oh,
crag,
hell yeah!
or a trip, to let's say,
I could go on
No,
my
it's
own
different.
trip.
No,
That's a different statement.
right now, if some, like, you didn't earn the aggro crag, you just
That's
have
very
it
different.
now.
I want to earn the aggro crag rather
Nope.
than go on a trip.
No, that's not my question.
I don't care.
If
I'll
someone
take the
just
piece of
gave
the
you
crag.
the aggro crag right now. It had
No.
someone else's name on it. Like it had like Robert.
That's an
No,
investment
no.
opportunity right there.
I'll take a trip over that. But the fact that I won an aggro crag and have that memory and have my name etched in it, rather have that all day than a trip.
I will take the piece
sure.
of the aggro crag because that's an investment opportunity. I know I can sell that off in about 20 years for a shit ton
As
of
long
money.
as Paramount Plus is around, we're gonna be able to sell that for a lot of money. All right.
I can buy my. I can go
don't
on my own
see-
trip. I can save up.
I don't see the. I don't see the desire. I don't see the
Yeah.
desire to own an aggro crag.
And that's
A piece
and
of
that's
the
what
aggro crag.
lies
A piece
why
of
you're
the
wrong,
aggro
John.
crag. Which is again, it's
They
not
literally
even a
chisel it
freaking-
out.
It's not even a freaking piece of it. It's just something that they're saying.
It's not
oh,
the
this
point
is
that
part
it's not
of
an
the
actual
mountain.
piece, John.
It'd be funny if it was an actual piece, and like by the third season, it's just like 5 feet tall.
It's just a piece of plywood
'Cause it's-
because that's what it was made of. It was made of wood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't see the
Well,
Lame,
desire.
lame.
So okay, so John, for you, was this better than Hidden Temple?
It's because it's hit and miss. I like the games more in this.
Yeah.
I like both of the games more. But actually no, that's a lie.
'Cause I
like
want
the
the
games
yo-yo.
beforehand. I like the games beforehand, but I like the Hidden Temple like last game
Okay.
more than last game in this. I thought the last game in this was trash. Like I feel like you could have done it like really easily.
Just so you know, this is the YouTube picture. It's a picture of the aggro crag. Because nothing else matters. All right.
Dude, the Hidden Temple, kids couldn't finish the Hidden Temple. And I know it had to do with the button, like pushing the buttons, but
But it wasn't a competition. This was an actual competition. Like, I don't know. Well, we can argue about it forever. Okay. All right. Let's see
that
what
would have
next
been
week.
cool if you just
They
saw like
competed?
kids like running around like going crazy in the temple.
Like five or six
kids like
They're
going
passing
in
each
the
other.
temple, just like trying to push all these buttons.
Kirk Fogg be saying, push the button like every second. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So next week we're going to finish out the trilogy. So this is also kind of a weird one for me. So I was really into the show Double Dare 2000, but you can't watch Double Dare 2000. You have to watch the original Double Dare. So I don't know anything about the original Double Dare. I know Justin used to watch it. So we're going to watch Double Dare, the original Double Dare. I don't know anything about it. I know that I really like the 2000 version, but I'm sure this is kind of close to the
It's
same
pretty
thing.
the same. It's a little less wacky, but man, do I love Double Dare! It's such a unique
they have-
little game.
Do they have the obstacle course at the end? That's all. I
Yes,
really
there's the
care
obstacle
Like-
still.
about. Okay,
It's the
that's all I
same
care about.
setup.
Then-
It's just not as wacky.
okay, then
The
I will
obstacle course is
gladly be
definitely
happy.
still wacky though.
Is the big nose in it?
Yes.
If you remember correctly.
You gotta go to your
okay.
classics.
Then yes, that's all I care about. I want the big nose. Wait till you see it, John.
My God,
The big nose. It's like the
doesn't
aggro
sound
crag.
like something I'm gonna like.
It's like the aggro crag of this show. It's a big nose.
Or the slide into the Sunday.
You slide to Sunday. Yep. Okay. Well, good then. I'm
Sounds
excited about
super
it.
Weird. I don't.
We're gonna
think
finish
I'll-
out with Double Dare.
On your
These are definitely
marks.
the three most-
Get set.
I don't think I'll
Go.
like it.
Here's
I
how
don't
big
think I'll
Double
like
Dare
the show.
was.
You might like it.
Double Dare got a live version, and people went crazy when they did that live stream of it. It's a lot more popular than I thought it ever was.
So this show was like really late 80s. I watched the 2000 version. I remember that there was they have this obstacle course at the end, and like every step you make, you get an extra prize. And I remember there was like around prize 4 or 5 was the Nintendo 64, and I was like, man, if it was me, if I got to step 4, I'd be happy because all I wanted is N64.
Yeah.
I don't know what the prizes are back then, but it's gonna be pretty good.
I would much had I would have much had a Nintendo 64 than the freaking Rock. in this
Oh my
game.
gosh, no, definitely not. I'd rather have a trip
Yes.
than
Oh,
no.
100%.
No. Okay.
I'd rather.
All right.
It's a piece of like nothing.
If the N64 had like an engravement of the guts or something,
God.
maybe. But all right.
It's stupid. It's a rock.
All right. So yeah,
it's not even a rock. It's like a piece of plastic
with a light.
John just doesn't
with
get
a
it.
the
light.
batteries out.
Ooh.
All right.
What a
Go to the
loser.
store and buy that. I could make it.
John, tell us in your loser voice
Make us one.
where can you find us?
That's what I should do. We should. Whoever wins the points should get a Kraken.
Oh,
I should make
that'd be
one.
cool. And we pass one every.
And then we'll
every,
pass it along.
That'd be epic. And he's in the background of every single one of our screens.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
And for like the whole entire like next season.
No, because you're probably going to win because of your points, and you're not going to appreciate it.
Well, this one, but in the future seasons, he's gonna have more terrible shows. All right. Well, we get there
I'm so
next
excited.
week.
It's gonna be great.
We have our thing for next week. So, John, where can you find us?
Oh, we're not gonna do a remember me or remember.
I don't do any of that. Just go.
Remember the Aggro Crag?
No.
Do you remember when I cared
do
about
you
this
remember-
segment, and then I got attacked for it, and now I don't care?
Oh, I know what I was thinking about. Do you guys remember? You remember Silly Putty?
Yeah.
Would you guys rather play with Silly Putty or Play-Doh?
I'd rather play with a piece of the aggro crag.
Oh God. No, I always
Silly Putty.
wondered that because I always like Silly Putty, but everyone says that they would rather much play with Play-Doh.
I think Silly Putty would be better.
Silly Putty would be so much better. Play-Doh
Yeah.
like made my hands smell.
Yeah, yeah.
My
I
brother.
agree.
I mean, I ate Play-Doh a couple times, so I'm going to go Play-Doh.
Pretty good.
It was off a dare, so it wasn't like I was some weirdo kid who just ate Play-Doh.
You're just like smelling your hands. You're like, ugh.
Looking it up. Okay.
God.
No, it was off dares.
All right.
But I like to play with Play-Doh more.
I like
Silly
Silly
But
Putty
the
was
thing
lame.
is, like, people don't play with Silly Putty anymore. Like, it
Because it's
doesn't
lame.
exist
All you can do
anymore.
is, I don't know, get stuff off the print paper from it. Whatever.
You could bounce it. It was like a bouncy
Yeah.
ball too.
You can bounce.
Buy a bouncy ball.
Okay.
No, I liked having the Play-Doh and the bouncy ball all in one.
I like Silly Putty.
Silly
I
Putty
agree
was
with you,
so
John.
much more fun.
Lame.
Yep. Okay.
I played with Silly Putty so much that it started to turn black. Like all my
That's weird.
Silly Putties. I had a bunch of them and there were all these different colors, but eventually they would just all turn into black.
Nice.
So I would just push them all together and just be like this giant like Silly Putty black ball. And my parents thought it was so disgusting because there was like hair in it and like probably a little bit of food.
Oh, I'm about to eat. That's disgusting. All right. Tell us where you
See
can
what's
find
Silly
us. I'm
Putty.
done with this.
Okay, so you can find us on
That's gross.
social medias at Another Man's Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also find us on YouTube. If you
How many fingers am I holding on YouTube? Just comment below.
you can also find us on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, please, if you haven't already and you're listening to us right now, please go to our YouTube page, hit the like button, and go subscribe, please. We would really
John, do
appreciate
you want to say the comment you got last time about our YouTube?
Oh, they said
It was about you.
They said that I looked like
Pidgeotto.
Pidgeotto because of my hair. It's great.
That was great.
I'm okay
Good
with
comment. Please comment on what we look like. We don't
I'm
wanna see
okay
it.
with this. Justin, you look like the aggro crag.
I want to be the piece of the aggro crag.
Justin's like, I wish I was the aggro crag. Like,
Exactly.
You're so obsessed
Alright.
with this, Justin.
Yep.
No, so you can also email us on anothermanspod@gmail.com. If we have a merch store
Yes.
at link down below.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to our merch store, if you're watching us on YouTube,
So you can confuse people on what the fuck is that? I've never heard of it.
That's right. And then you can answer them and tell them what
And then
it is.
they can say, "Oh wow, I don't like that," and just move on.
Exactly.
We have a Patreon as well. So if you guys like to go to our Patreon at Another Man's Nostalgia, all you have to really do is just make a Patreon page or a Patreon account, and you can find us. Our lowest tier, if you give to our lowest tier, you can actually suggest a show on the podcast. So
we'll do it.
If you'd like to go do
Begrudgingly,
that, we really
but we'll
appreciate
do it.
that as well.
Because all the suggestions we've gotten have sucked.
I always like the fan ones.
I
they're
know.
great.
We've had a good run of them.
I'd rather we take off that feature there.
No, I love it.
Goofy Movie, School of Rock. There's some good ones in there. Freaks and Geeks.
The pizza one was
The pizza one, your favorite.
my favorite.
Ryan Reynolds. Yep.
And Justin, give a suggestion to
Oh gosh.
the audience of
Season 4,
Chris is not
episode
ready
7.
yet. Season
What
4,
is it?
episode 7.
Season 4, episode 7. You said, huh? Is that what you said? Episode 7.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to.
If you're on our
buy some time.
YouTube page, it'll be
Season
at the
4.
end of our video. Season 4, episode 7.
Season 4, episode 7.
Classic.
Buy some time here.
Classic
It's a classic episode.
Chris, come on.
Yep. All right, here we go. It is The Mask. There you go.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Great
It is
movie.
yours, John.
Terrible.
Another
That's a
terrible
Photo
opinion
justice.
from John on that movie.
That's a terrible. That's a terrible movie.
Okay.
I want to change it. Could Justin say another number? Say another number. No, go listen to our episode of The Mask. I trashed that movie because it was terrible. It was
pretty
definitely not Jim Carrey's best.
I don't
movie.
like Jim Carrey.
I do like
I
Jim
like-
Carrey.
I
It
like
just
Chevy
wasn't
Chase.
his best
You know
movie.
what? You know what? Just
like
fly
Steve
away,
Martin.
Pidgeotto. Just fly away.
All right. Well, we will see you next week with Double Dare.
Peace.